an Earth Spirit rolling into an Astral Imprisonment lane, and an Earth Spirit rolling into a Bloodseeker lane with Bloodright all sounds pretty damn good. And Handsken's gonna walk in.
Got the setup, always trying to get over the tether, but he's not gonna make it, Taiga. He's able to put it to a stop, and well, it looks like the show continues here in Game 3 as Taiga, he'll start underneath the spotlight here, getting first blood.
Yeah, and I like that they went for the Shadow Fiend this game. I think there's some really cool potential from it with that Requiem, as they mentioned, versus the IO saves. It's really strong. It's also just, it's another form of control really for Weaver, and it's extremely high damage potential versus both Weaver and Void Spirit, which is going to be pretty strong. They picked the Void Spirit into it. We'll see how Limp's going to do in this matchup. Doesn't feel like it's going to be an easy game for him.
No, not at all. I mean, we can definitely feel it in the draft, right, with the timer ticking away that Void Spirit may have very well been what's a good hero? Void Spirit, you know. Yeah. It did look like they were really under the thumb there. Had to come out with something before they were forced around them.
And Liquid, they look very prepared for the lanes and just like for the instant start of the game, right? The way that they were set up as that 5-man, I see bottom, they have a sentry already placed out in the lane for the Weaver for he tries to Shikuchi through. So that's always the good thing that you want to see when you're playing versus a Weaver lane. And they both have sticks. Boxi as well as the Earth Spirit both started with sticks, so that they'll get those charges whenever Nikobaby does use Shikuchi. Top, I don't think iNSaNiA expected to get hit that hard. The Gush, as well as that Lion Impale coming into play, the Earth Strike, just too much. He's actually pushed out of the lane, and now miCKe is alone up there for the moment.
He's able to still get against the two of the lights.
Bottle finished up in the mid lane.
Yeah, nothing too crazy yet, but what is it, still around the level 2 raises, then it becomes hard?
Yeah. Level 3 on the SF, and it starts to get pretty tough for Void Spirit. You kind of just have to literally play around every time he pump fakes. You have to back up. Bottom.
A setup here.
Handsken.
Taiga's got the timing, but the Fairy Fire will keep Handsken safe.
And now Taiga himself.
And Nikobaby's actually going to turn for Boxi instead. He can bring down this OD, but Boxi, of course, as an OD, having a fair bit of armor here in this lane. His right clicks aren't going to bother him too much. He's able to live, pops us out, and keeping the lane.
And we did have a sentry for sentry exchange down happen. Handsken did buy himself one to be able to cover and protect Nikobaby. Nice little dodge there by him. Seeing LIMMP doing okay in mid. You've seen the last hits, but he doesn't have bottle. He's gone for the null early, so he has a decent base damage. He has to use a salve already. He's gonna have to expend a lot on regen. While qojqva, he just shoves the lane in with a bottle. Feels really good as he can just set up for potential triple raise onto LIMMP.
Very important, of course, for these two. What happens around that 4th minute? We'll see both teams for sure head over there. Expecting to have Taiga head over. As bottom beating this poor old IO out of the lane here. Taiga, it's not allowing Handsken to go anywhere.
He's zoning the couriers. Like they want to get more regen, they want to get the wand out, but Taiga's not allowing it to happen.
Radiant's courier.
That's true. It's going to be a bit awkward getting it past this Earth Spirit. Top lane iNSaNiA is able to get S4's courier. This top lane as well, even with that whole time where iNSaNiA had to walk back to base, we're not seeing miCKe's farm getting slowed down at all. He's still right up there at the top of this as carry Bloodseeker. As bottom lane, Taiga, he's able to get the kill. Handsken getting caught out. As Taiga definitely beginning to again just show out how dominant he can be in the laning stage straight up as the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. Boxi is not getting the most last hits, and look at the item build that Boxi's got queued up right now. It's not the Meteor Hammer that we've seen every time. He's got a Vanguard queued up on OD.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's just got that queued up because he wants the Ring of Health, right?
I think so too. I think he just picked the quickest item that was in the quick buy.
I don't think we're seeing a Vanguard OD. I mean, hey, who knows? You know, Liquid, they do some crazy stuff. Maybe it's the new strat, you know. Abyssal Blade Rush OD, let's go.
Nah, the Meteor Hammer is always going to be really strong here, as it's going to be able to apply pressure onto Nikobaby early, and he should be able to get out a good timing with the start. He's missed a couple last hits under the tower here, but with Taiga here, he should be fine. And yeah, going back to you talking about like the Bloodseeker top, I think Bloodseeker and just these very high armor agi heroes are the better solutions versus Tidehunter, because I've seen a lot of times these strength heroes, they're getting picked up versus Tide, and they have like, they actually get put negative in armor when they get gushed. These agi heroes, whatever, you're chilling. You got like 4 armor even if you do get gushed. So miCKe. He's doing just fine.
Yeah, mid lane.
LIMMP.
Well, we're starting to get a bit of a lead on quite. But all things considered, you know, LIMMP doing as best as he can in this matchup.
Yep. Oh. Jeez, that was close. As you say, that almost does go down to a third raise. Does have the raindrop. Gonna get pushed out of the lane a bit. Try to farm that 6 safely. Stack some camps too and secure a bounty rune for himself. So all things considered, I think LIMMP is not too unhappy with how that matchup did go, and he does have some stacks to work with.
Bounty. I think not.
Stop. miCKe ready to start getting aggressive here. FNG. He's out of the blood brine time. He's allowed to turn. Drop down the stun, but the zombies are chasing him down, and FNG, he can't run from this. Blocked off and taken out. They could get the kill top. Same time down bottom. Nikobaby is very low. And it's going to be enough.
Dead.
The Astral's just going to straight up kill him.
And now they start acquiring urn charges, as Taiga did finish that one out. S4 was able to kill the tombstone top, so at least got some kind of a gold change, but man, Nikobaby dying this early on versus this lane, that's... I think Brian was the one who said it too, is like, if this OD is off to a good start, it's really able to shut down lanes pretty effectively, and Boxi does have that good start, and now Taiga, he's looking to make moves off of it, because they did get that good start for him. He wants to set up elsewhere.
Oh, he's going to try and turn on a qojqva. The backup's in. Taiga rolls over. He's able to get the silence down onto LIMMP. qojqva trying to stand his ground. Got to keep to the side. It's miCKe.
Well.
He is indeed LIMMP. He's not got anything else to run away with. They're going to get him for sure. The setup's in as qojqva cleans up the kill with the raise. Same time down bottom, Nikobaby's going to look for the dive on Boxi. They'll get the kill. TP's coming over. Can Taiga punish this? He's a little on mana. Actually does have 10 stick charges if he wants to go aggressive.
He's going for Handsken. Oh, wait, that rolled him to the right. I think that was weird the way it rolled him, the direction. I thought he actually had the play for Handsken, but would have been a tough kill anyway. Maybe would have been able to punt him under the tower after the connection, but either way, they do get Boxi, and that's a nice move from Alliance, taking advantage of Taiga's movement. As Taiga's fresh ward will get dewarded by FNG, as he already did have that one placed up to guard the Void Spirit.
qojqva already with a stack or two. He's going to be on track to get a very good boots travel timing on this SF, so his farm's going to skyrocket. And LIMMP's just going to have to play a bit of a comeback game, of course, just not getting nearly as much as qojqva was able to do out of that lane, and almost certainly having to spend quite a bit more on regen so he can just withstand the damage from this SF in that matchup.
Yeah, all 3 lanes have gone pretty damn good for Liquid. S4, he's the one who's the biggest winner on Alliance, as he's able to just stay and hold his ground up top, which is very nice for them to be able to defend the towers that will start, you know, the pressure will start coming out from Liquid soon with those bots.
On mid,
That's a good sign. And mid, iNSaNiA. Ooh.
Quite able to get the solo kill there. LIMMP dropping the full combo in an attempt to burst iNSaNiA, but it wasn't enough. And
now LIMMP, he's got no astral steps, qojqva. He's just walking up to him. He's gonna get the first raise.
Spooky LIMP.
Radiant's courier.
He's got to keep running. He's going to lose his courier. That's the boot scum.
Oh, it is. Oh my God, you're right.
He's going to have step in a couple of seconds, but it's not going to be soon enough.
It's not fast enough. Oh my God, he just gets walked down.
Oh, this qojqva SF, 2 kills. Oh, the tips as well.
Tip.
It's an important game.
qojqva gets a haste. He gets a haste rune too, right afterwards. And that's because LIMMP went for a kill on a 5 position. iNSaNiA, who lived, he had to use everything. Oh my God.
I mean, it's an important series. You got to use everything under, you know, everything that's at your potential. And the tip game, it's definitely going to have its effect.
And now it's boot to travel finished on qojqva. He has a haste. Now you have to feel pretty threatened. If you're Nikobaby, you have to feel very threatened that you're just susceptible to die. Because he's not going to really go for S4 too much, because why would you kill the Tidener? You can just put that invisible threat always onto the Weavers. They bring 3 heroes bottom. And Boxi, he's got Meteor Hammer. So this tower is going to start getting chipped at too. Really good stuff from Liquid here.
Denied.
Absolutely, another solid start after that game. 2-6-1, 2K lead already here for Liquid.
So they see this, they see the heroes all setting up down bottom. They don't know that miCKe is down here just yet, and they do have TPs available. Both FNG as well as S4, they have their TPs ready for that bottom tower to defend. Look at this sentry placed out. Taiga is ready for the Weaver to show. He puts one down right next to the tower in the tree line.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
As well, finds himself the jelly.
Of course.
And he's getting all the lovely little items. so fast as well. Already 5k net worth hit.
Radiant's
at the 10-minute
bottom
mark
tower is under
on
attack.
qojqva's S-Tap.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Nikobaby's
Dire's
very
top
squishy
tower
at this
is
point
under
too on the
attack.
Weaver. He doesn't want to look to get into any of these fights. Even though he has the backup of the Weaver for the extra heals and stuff like that, there is some annoying control. And they did pick the
Dire's
Weaver into the
structures
Bloodseeker. So in a lot of these fights, it's going to be hard for
Radiant's bottom
Nikobaby to do
tower
much
is
of
under
anything. If
attack.
miCKe sees him, he's going to
Dire's
rupture him.
top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
Push off the
has
tower,
fallen.
bottom Liquid. Alliance, they're going to fight around the 10-minute range. LIMMP's able to get quite a nice one here. DD.
And look at the stacks. They have been doing this the whole time. FNG has been getting them at the ready. So LIMMP will be nicely enabled back up. And not quite
Dire's
nearly
top
up to the
tower is
SF,
under
but at
attack.
least something for himself,
Dire's
as it's been a
top tower
tough start
has
for him.
fallen.
Onto the mid lane, they've got that meteor hammer, so Boxi, wherever he goes is where Liquid goes.
Radiant's middle
And
tower
Alliance
is under
still yet
attack.
to make a move with S4 to look to defend these towers.
Radiant structures are fortified.
For the twins.
Ravage at the ready.
Dire's
Got good burst.
structures are
DD still
fortified.
going on LIMMP.
FNG's about to tick 6. He's like 1 experience away from getting it. So
Yeah,
this
these-
creep will
these
give it to him.
Yeah, they've got a lot of burst. They can absolutely blow up pretty much any of these targets if they catch them in the Ravage. qojqva, he's actually heading out of here. He's going to start pushing out top. They know that they're here. iNSaNiA, he'll get left behind. But Liquid, they were ready for this
Radiant's middle tower
from
is
Alliance,
under
them
attack.
turning up and holding this tower. As by the time that Alliance were able to make the jump, Liquid's cores, they've all scattered across the map. In fact, they're looking right
Nikobaby.
at
Dire's
the bottom.
middle tower
Nikobaby
is under
going to
attack.
get set up upon. Have the hammer to follow up. Is there a way to take him out? There isn't. The burst, it's too much. As the hammer gets dropped down by Boxi, miCKe has been found by LIMMP and S4. They'll drop the Ravage to secure that kill. So they may have lost their carry, but at the same time, they're able to take Liquid.
A very sneaky invasive play by the Tide and
Radiant's
Void Spirit
top
2 getting
tower
into
is
the
under
Ancient
attack.
side while the Weaver's getting made a move on. So nice at least counteract there by Alliance. But yeah, losing Nikobaby again. He's getting slowed down a lot. 2 deaths already. He's playing into natural counters, as we've mentioned. You know, there's the silences on 2 different forms. Even Astral is very annoying to play against his Weaver. As if you get Astral during Shukuchi, you come out, you're stuck, you're dead. You don't have the invis again. And there's already Yules on qojqva too, so mobility is going to be really tough.
Yeah, he's so farmed in the levels, of course. Level 12, he's got that level 2 Requiem. He finds the
Yeah.
target, he's going to be able to blow them up.
And now he's got an invis rune too, so he can look to gank anywhere that he wants.
You can see there, on his net worth, shooting ahead at a rate very impressive
Radiant
compared to
are
the average.
scanning.
They're gonna smoke. They're gonna look for these plays here as Boxi's the one to set it up. qojqva. They can get the initial stun onto pretty much anybody. They're just dead with qojqva's follow-up. And there is no Ravage at the moment. So they know that they can go for these more aggressive plays.
Let's see what they can get here. LIMMP. They're gonna have the setup. And they're able to follow up perfectly. Hammer perfectly timed. Silence as well from Taiga. Was instantly there to give no chances for LIMMP to jump away.
And they know at the moment that Nikobaby and Handsken are farming Ancients, they actually have vision of them. The Thirst vision is giving it to them, so they know that they can make that play as well too, and even commit forward for the tower.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
3k lead and honestly, I mean, we saw last game qojqva have an insane performance on the Brood. This one really is sort of turning out to be another just ridiculous showing on this SF. He is so fast right now. These item timings have got to be some of the fastest we're seeing. Bots, Yules, already nearly halfway into his BKB. It's just 13 minutes in.
It feels like they can do so much on the map without having to commit too much of anything in a lot of these fights. While I look at the side of Alliance, I feel like they have to have Ravage to fight. Pretty much just
They're gonna go for it.
entirely,
They've
just
got
because of
play.
how bad the lanes have gone.
And they can blow up a target. Even qojqva, if
They
they ever
can.
get in the jump, they've obviously got to watch out for Boxi coming in with potential saves with the Astral. With the Ravage and the
Blink-
Finger, they're going to
middle
have
tower
burst.
is under attack.
iNSaNiA standing on the spot to break the smoke. So is Taiga.
Nikobaby's heading in, S4 jumps forward. They're going to look towards Boxi, they'll be able to take him out without needing to use the Ravage. Now it's the high ground Alliance, they're searching for another target. They're heading
Buyback.
away of iNSaNiA. Indeed, they're going to fight back here on the the side. FNG drops the Impale onto Taiga. S4 still holding onto the Ravage for now. They found qojqva. They're moving in. He's able to get the Red Grim off though. Taiga landed the silence down on S4, but now it comes to an end. S4's able to pop damage, but qojqva dodges it, and now he's very ready to turn and start laying down the raises. They bring down S4. qojqva healed up by the Soul Rift. Nikobaby and Handsken, they've got to run over to the back. They've got the hammer combo. They drop it down. Handsken's TP'd out. He's left Nikobaby behind. Nikobaby's got to fend for himself here, and he'll manage to do so as he's into the trees. He TP's away, but another fight. That buyback as well, very much needed. Boxi having that extra bit of damage and control to bring down LIMMP. More tips come in the way of the Void Spirit as Liquid know they are making this game very, very hard for this LIMMP Void Spirit, a hero that was already almost panic-picked at the end of this shot.
They got the relocate.
They might be able to turn and take qojqva here. He's going to have Boxi by his side. qojqva, he's going to go for the TP. He's going to make it waste. No, they've got the damage. They'll be able to do it. A big hit finally back from Alliance as they get the SF.
That was actually qojqva hunting for the line, and FNG just a quick call for the relocate. They're able to get the numbers there, and after a really scary fight from them too. Like Alliance, they walk in, they don't have everything connect perfectly. Even though as far as Blink, they need to get the Ravage off with everyone there at the time. Liquid, they were prepared, but they will lose the Shadow Fiend at the very least. And now qojqva, he's gonna have to respawn, farm some souls back up before they look for another fight. And that will give time for Alliance to get their Ravage back online.
Absolutely, yeah, the biggest kill they could have found there. No doubt about it. And now good of a game qojqva was having. Nikobaby starting to really close that gap.
Illusion.
And he gets swung top too. You know, the relocate is actually just like a double benefit as he does get pulled top to be able to continue farming and pressuring. qojqva really does need BKB in this game always versus that Tidehunter. That'll be the next big timing, at least for Liquid. I think miCKe has gotten a little bit more greedy though. He actually went for Yasha in between. Wants to stall out that BKB a little bit longer in this game. And Nikobaby very farmed though. SNY is done. So we see that mobility, see that status resist going to definitely come into play. That could maybe mess up the combos. Seeing a couple of times maybe the Astral plays might not go as well as they have been now because of that status resist.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Aware of that timing, that setup.
And I love just watching the move speed too. You know, usually not the biggest thing that people are buying the SNY for, but with Weaver, with IO, that movement speed just becomes that much more important.
So much of an extra benefit.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And yeah, Ravage is back up, so Alliance is fight ready. Liquid is as well. Both teams do want to sit back and finish up a little bit of an item or here or two there. As Liquid really wanting the BKB in particular. Once they get that one, they're going to look to fight versus the Ravage much more frequently. As qojqva does almost have it done.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under
Look
attack.
at this tower.
Radiant's top
Tier
tower
1 down
is under
bottom, not going to
attack.
be defended by Liquid as they let Alliance take it.
Dire's
So where Alliance
bottom
want to make the
tower
moves
has
next.
fallen.
Nikobaby,
Radiant's top tower
see if he
is
can-
under attack.
something up there with FNG, but miCKe's out of it.
They know how strong they are right now on Alliance. Whenever Ravage is up, that threat is scaring Liquid quite a bit for making any aggressive move. They do see the S4 Tidehunter TP toward top though, and they have this board on top of LIMMP right now in the river.
Taiga, he's able to find the setup. They've got the Euros, they've got the follow-on. LIMMP taken down there. I mean, I thought he'd get out there for sure. He sort of walked into the role from Taiga. I guess he just really wasn't ready for that. As bottom, first attempt on the Brooklyn will be successful. So Alliance, they may lose their LIMMP, but they get miCKe in return, and they're able to get everyone out of there. FNG trying to TP away, he'll manage to succeed. Handsken and Nikobaby have been left behind.
Taiga's on him.
Separating Handsken for now with the Ult. They've got the Astral. Boxi, he's got the follow-up, the setup's there, they've got the control. Nikobaby, he's off to the side, he's into the trees. Can he lift? No, he can't. Taiga fights him immediately, dropping down the stone, grabbing him with the silence.
And S4, he's still up top. They saw S4 TP with that ward they have in the river. They saw him TP to top, and that's what caused all of this. That's why Liquid have gone so aggressive, because they saw S4 be nowhere near the fights. It's thankful that Alliance is able to at least get a trade kill here onto the Bloodseeker, but yeah, S4 maybe have to be a little bit more careful where he does TP from, because it was right under their vision.
Let's see this again. There's no potential escape here. Handsken pretty much completely out of mana. And even if he had it, qojqva is separating the two of them. And you know that every single time, Taiga is always going to be ready with the silences.
And Boxi, he was prepared for that SNY. He immediately started popping the Meteor Hammer as the Astral did go down. And that's, you know, that's the time where Ravage was up during all of that one. Liquid did not have BKB on any of their cores. Now they do have a BKB on qojqva and level 17. So a little bit of a maybe opportunity missed for Alliance with that TP from S4.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I mean, is that sort of what you feel that Alliance just need to do differently? They just can't show the tide like that?
He wasn't that's the thing, is like he wasn't in the river when he TP'd. He actually moved up onto the Radiant side, but it literally just caught vision of him for like a split second. It was a heads up play from Liquid. It's not really anything that Alliance could have planned better.
Sure.
Invisibility.
Now Liquid each time getting a very solid jump on LIMMP.
Dire's middle
Struggling
tower
so
is
far
under
in this
attack.
game, 1-5 and 2. He has nearly got the axe though, and still with that, he's going to have a very large impact in these fights.
S4 in mid, he's under a sentry.
He is. They've got the combo ready to go, but a little bit off the mark there. Ends up doing barely any damage. They don't quite set it up perfectly. They'll turn and take the line instead. But that is the Requiem down, and of course S4 still holding on to the Ravage, so he's still good to go.
It was pretty tough for them to kill him anyway. He has Hood. He's actually very tanky versus their lineup, so it would have been a tough one anyway. Without Rupture,
is under attack.
not really a good way to kill them as Alliance. They split out of bottom. They TP top. They know that Nikobaby did TP up there. See if Liquid looks to make any move with that information. They draw the line to push out the bottom.
I feel like we probably won't be seeing the Requiem on S4 again. Mid. Yeah, I've got the axe done on LIMMP.
That's pretty good. It's not going to be as useful versus the cores, who are pretty close to that triple BKB timing on the side of Liquid, but the supports, that's gonna be problematic for both Taiga as well as iNSaNiA. Just those constant silences. They are a lot of the team fight that
Dire's
Liquid
top
does have, so
tower is under
if LIMP
attack.
is able to get on them, he could break the team fights pretty effectively.
No, for sure. I mean, yeah, sure. You know, the cores they're scary, but I think if you can get yourself an item to silence the Tiger Earth Spirit twice in a team fight, that item's definitely going to pay dividends.
And they still have this ward. They spot miCKe.
The jump, they've got the burst. They're able to take him out before the fight begins.
You could merely
Quick move from Alliance, and this time Liquid, the ones not prepared for it.
A deep aggressive ward that's been there for pretty much the full duration. Again, I've seen this a lot of times in these series lately. Some of these wards just not getting dewarded and having paying great dividends, as they also block up the Ancients. They put a sentry down, make sure that Bloodseeker can't farm over theirs. They've stalled his
Radiant's
BKB pretty
top
decently
tower
now.
is under attack.
DD room for Nikobaby, grabbed up in the
baby.
bottom. He's going to have that
Dire's
save for the
middle
next
tower
fight.
is under attack.
And it's a strong fight, still with the Ravage ready to pop. Do Liquid, do they want to take this? They've got no miCKe for 15 seconds. They're going to try and start things. As they go in, BKB, they're dropping everything onto S4. Can they actually kill him? They're not going to be able to do this though. Now LIMMP jumps straight back over. You've got Boxi, go over the hammer combo. It's going to come down onto Nikobaby, but Alliance, they can chase him for this. Nikobaby's popped the DD. He's going to have a fair bit of damage to beat his OD with. There's S4 with the Ravage. He gets the three of them. Boxi's gone over to the side. miCKe's coming to the action. He's instantly taken out. If they kill him off, S4's getting low, but Nikobaby is picking them up one by one. Over they go towards the SM. They're going to be able to fight qojqva. As it's a double kill for Nikobaby, and it's not over yet.
And maybe even more.
Straight back over with the Astral step towards Boxi. Boxi will turn with a hammer combo onto Nikobaby, but Nikobaby, he's still good to go. Triple kill for Nikobaby. Over towards Taiga, he's an ultra kill. And now he's looking for the cleanup. They're straight over towards iNSaNiA. Do they have detection?
Oh, they don't.
They don't.
Oh, no rampage.
Tower has fallen.
No rampage. Supports reported. See you on Overwatch, Handsken.
Liquid, they play perfectly into Alliance's hands.
dude,
They blow everything on the
Dire's
tide, and
middle
the tide
Didn't I say
kills.
it? I said, well, they're not going to do that again. They did it again, Fox. They're trying to Requiem S4. What are they doing?
I think maybe because they had the level 3 Requiem, they thought it would do more damage, but devastating losses. miCKe, he TP'd in it right when he respawned and died.
Sanities as well. That's what was like, oh, what was that?
Radiant are scanning.
And then, I mean, after that happens, if that's your initiation, you got no chance in the rest of the fight. S4 able to perfectly wait out
Look at
the
miCKe.
reset on the Blink Dagger. He's in.
poor miCKe. He literally just respawned, TP's in, and just gets ravaged into an impale, into getting focused fire by DD Weaver. A beautiful fight from Alliance that Liquid kind of gave to them.
I mean, they absolutely did.
It's such a swing. 4K lead now, and they get the Aegis onto Nikobaby. More time for the Ravage to come back up, and now feeling some pretty big concerns for miCKe in particular. Has this BKB now several times have been stalled out. He's 0, 4, and 5 on this Bloodseeker after having a pretty okay lane.
I mean, maybe getting a little carried away this game, Liquid, with the sort of the tipping LIMP. You know, maybe that's coming back to haunt them. No, as we saw there, you know, LIMP, he may have been shut down as much as he did, but at this stage of the game, you got to sort of, as you say, look towards miCKe and feel that maybe it's their own Bloodseeker that's going to struggle to have an impact.
It's really going to feel that way. It's like Nikobaby just got injected with so much full, like a full Mjolnir. He's just massive now. And he's got the amp up of always the tether too, so he's always going to be ridiculously strong. And they have, I believe, it's almost a solar crest too for him, so they have to start focus firing a little bit differently on Liquid, not going for the Taiga in the front.
Yes, I think they need to somehow try and get the jump around S4. I mean, it's hard. Obviously, S4 has been playing fantastic with his positioning to the point where, you know, Liquid feel that they have to make the move on him. But as we're seeing, that really is not working out. Even with the multiple ults, they do not have the burst to bring down the Tide. And I mean, honestly, even if they did that, I guess sure he's not able to get that great Ravage, but the fight still, it's not going to be a guaranteed win if they take down this Tide.
No, it'll still be a tough fight, but yeah, it really crumbled for them. If they're going to try that, they need to have like the Blood Rage on the Shadow Fiend beforehand, so he gets a 30% spell amp, and they just need to use like, the Flesh Golem hit as well or something. It's tough to execute. Now Alliance, they have such a big window here. Nikobaby's just charging.
He's chilling. Over to the side, they've found Taiga in the trees. They've got the setup. A defensive Astral will buy a bit of time from iNSaNiA's going to drop into on the high ground by Alliance. They're already down to the low. Taiga, he's up to the high ground. LIMP trying to chase. You've got the BKB ready to come out onto LIMP. They'll be able to find the combo to LIMP. LIMP goes down. Nikobaby pops the BKB. He wants to fight. miCKe, he's over towards Handsken. miCKe finds one. This time around, it's light. You do have to retreat and back up. Nikobaby, he's got the BKB already used. He's down for a minute. Roll away on Taiga. Everybody getting better. Still got the time lapse, but the house does grab him. He's able to get the time lapse off. He gets it off, and he's able to turn now. He might just be able to fight Boxi. He's in with the chase. He's looking towards Boxi. They take down one. He's over towards Taiga. Taiga rolling away just in time. A race comes out from Quote for Nikobaby's low. But Nikobaby, he's not done killing. He's over towards iNSaNiA. Now find another. I mean, that was close. I think the sanity damage did come in. He was able to instantly time-lapse it back off and keep himself in a state where Liquid couldn't quite finish him.
It was like same frame as we see 9,000 damage, hero damage coming from Nikobaby there. He's just able to focus fire everybody. I saw on the sidelines, miCKe, he actually ruptured S4. S4 just solo ravaged him. Fight looked kind of decent for Liquid for a second because they killed the Void Spirit, but then the Weaver play comes in. Nikobaby just cleaning up.
He really is.
And he never dies. He still has Aegis.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Fight's looking very difficult for Liquid to execute now versus this Tidehunter.
I mean, they all are stepping up. You know, even as good of a game as qojqva had, it's definitely.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Seems, you know, these sort of games now where you're behind, even though qojqva is as farmed as he is. What is he supposed to do in these fights? It's not easy for a Shadow Fiend to play into this aggression now that Alliance can come out with how big their cores are.
And with how fast they collapse, one of the things that SF hates playing is how fast they can collapse on him and burst damage, and they have a lot of that on the side of Alliance now after these last few fights. And he really just feels like he might just be a walking like Blink Requiem with the BKB for the most part in these fights.
And that's not great.
As Alliance, they're starting to really snowball with these kills.
Top. FNG gets the setup. We're bringing Nikobaby and Handsken, blocking him off. He can't roll away.
Ends all.
Oh boy. And Nikobaby, like he's gonna have Scotty finished up at any moment now. So those BKBs less valuable because he's gonna be able to chase through him.
Tower is under attack.
Level 20, and now they're just sweeping through their jungle. qojqva, he's in a little bit of a weird spot.
Uh-oh, careful.
Oh, there's a courier.
Radiant's courier
Thank you.
has been killed.
Oh, look at this. FNG, he's got a blink.
Yeah, he's not gonna do it.
No, he's not.
If he did though, that would have been something. Was out.
Aegis gets reclaimed, but And damage is really done with that Aegis in those last few fights from alliances. Now Scotty is done for Nikobaby when he picks it up.
I mean, with that and the backup of Handsken, it's very hard to see how they can actually burst this Weaver. You know, we've seen them struggle to blow up S4 with the combo. It's getting to the point where you're going to struggle to blow up the Weaver with the combo.
They have to somehow kill these two supports though. Like kill the IO, kill the line at least during your BKBs, and just try to kite and reset the fights. But it's not going to be easy at all. Alliance have hit a crazy timing. S4 level 18. They've actually given him the Titan Sliver and also the Orb of Destruction, depending on which one he wants to use in the fights. With Titan Sliver, he cannot die. Like, this is an immortal Titan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dire's structures are fortified.
He's seen pretty invincible in these last few fights.
They're setting up for the relocate. They see an opportunity.
They're going to find iNSaNiA. They walk up into this. Look, when they do have the full 5 of them in there, they're starting to go on towards S4. They're going to drop the rupture down onto him. We're going to have to jump over towards the side from LIMMP. He's now going to step away. S4 getting low. This time, they'll be able to force the Ravage out of him awkwardly. They get what they wanted. As this time around, they didn't have the full lineup of Alliance ready to go. Down bottom, qojqva. He's got the setup. Into the Requiem, he'll be able to blow up Handsken. As Liquid
get more.
They're setting in for a LIMMP. First pulse silences Taiga, sending a remnant out as well to stop Taiga from being able to chase. Nikobaby's going to stick around for now. He does have a TP if he wants to get his way out of there. Scouting things out, maybe seeing if he find an opportunity to sneak in and get a solo kill. It's a bit cheeky though. No, I don't think he's going to want to show himself much more unless FNG can get the jump. FNG's looking for it, but there's a lot behind. There's a lot behind him. They're going to try and burst miCKe, but Taiga's in with a roll. Instantly with the Astro, they're going to have the timing in with the Meteor Hammer. Not quite. Nikobaby's able to put the BKB. No messing around. BKB TP out. He knows he can't fight this as Liquid turn up in full force. Into the trees though. FNG, he's got the blink, but he doesn't have a TP. Gonna have to slowly jump his way back to safety.
Liquid have to make a lot happen out of this here. The Ravage being down, then being able to force that out of S4 with the Rupture. This is one way that they could look to take the fights for Liquid. It's very hard, just execution-wise, for them to be able to do so, but now you're seeing some potential ways for them to be able to. Just keep isolating S4, and how much time? They're gonna have 70 seconds now without that. They don't have Requiem themselves for about 30, but I think that they could still look to make a move. qojqva, that was a very clutch blink. I think he was about to get relocate set up on. FNG was still chilling in the side, down bottom.
Liquid catch them off guard here with this smoke. They might find Nikobaby. Handsken stepping up to the high ground. Taiga is looking for the roll in. Doesn't find the son of the Handsken. They do manage to get the Rupture down. Off for now as miCKe's trying to follow up on it, but now LIMMP's in with a jump. Straight away gets the silence on the two of them. miCKe has to put the BKB and turn towards the Void Spirit. qojqva starting to lay down the razors. They've got the Tombstone up in the high ground. S4 blinking over to help out. Handsken over towards the side as Nikobaby. He's got the damage on the Taiga. Taiga rolls out the side, but LIMMP has the remnants set up in place. And over to the side, FNG drops the stun, looks down Boxi. Boxi tries to hold them back, puts the BKB, but he's already too low. Surely he's trying to hide in the trees, but LIMMP will find him. As Alliance, they've found the two. Nikobaby, he's going to continue to chase for more as iNSaNiA. He's into the trees. He's TP'd out. Is he out in time? He is. iNSaNiA makes it away. miCKe is pretty speedy right now, but LIMMP, remnant down. miCKe's able to juke it.
Liquid tried to take advantage of the fact that Ravage was used, tried to be quick for with the mobility, but Alliance brings full force. They are able to battle back, and now Ravage is back up for the next engagement. It's close. It was a nice attempt of a move from Liquid to try to catch that Weaver and the IO, but they were quick. They quickly dealt the split away from each other.
Skirmishes, Alliance just still keeping this impressive lead. 10K ahead right now.
Radiant's bottom tower
and their tricore is looking really damn strong. You know, Boxi, he's got this good timing with the meteor. I mean, he's got his BKB, but the amount of things that he actually contributes in the fights in comparison to a Tide Earner is just always going to be leaps and bounds of a difference. The Tide's always going to have, for the most part, better effectiveness in almost every engagement as Liquid. They're looking, they got a fresh Hex on qojqva. Maybe they can catch something off guard here.
Let's see if they surprise LIMMP. Oh, they're going to get the jump. You see with the Hex, they're going to go with the Ravage, but the BKB's already up from miCKe and qojqva. They'll turn towards Handsken, take down the eye. Now they're trying to go towards Nikobaby. Nikobaby, he's looking for qojqva. Time's been bought for this SF over the good miCKe. qojqva's out into the trees. Nikobaby turns towards the new target of Boxi. With the setup from FNG, they find it. Now over towards miCKe. He's running down this Bloodseeker, but the Bloodbright catches it. Can't chase any further towards miCKe. It's now Taiga. And again with the roll. They'll have another step in a second, but Taiga too far away. He's able to get out with the TP. Things said and done. you know, Ravage used. Only casualty, Boxi's OD on the side of Liquid. They're able to make sure nobody else is lost there, as we did see some sort of instant reactions there. qojqva and miCKe having those BKBs as soon as they got any sort of glimpse of S4.
They're not having damage. They're having too many things they have to deal with in the fights. Like Nikobaby's completely underdressed. He's just running rampant. It's a 3,000 HP who's also dealing crazy damage. And now they don't have their BKBs up. They don't have anything else. They can't contest this Roche. Alliance easily able to get that one. As we see the spells, you know, they connect, but the BKBs were out. Same thing for Nikobaby. He gets hit by point blank Requiem, but he doesn't care. He's got that invulnerability. And qojqva, very lucky to actually not be under any vision there. He's able to scurry himself away. As the fights just feel so much easier for Alliance to execute every single time.
Yeah, the fact is, as yes, pointed out, the Alliance is still
A golden thread.
winning the fight, essentially, when Liquid's 3 cores dodged the Ravage with BKB. You know, it didn't matter. Liquid couldn't punch back. They couldn't do anything with that. And now Alliance 14k ahead.
And an Aegis too, so the Weaver even harder to catch, as he's already been pretty impossible in this game. qojqva? qojqva has hit 25, so we do have that nice CDR for the Shadow Fiend. So that'll be really nice, as the Requiem seems to be incredibly important for them. They got to get these disables off pre-BKB somehow, though, to be able to remove a hero from the fight. Just not able to, as Alliance with this. They picked up this gem, I want to say, like 8 minutes ago or something for LIMMP, and he's been able to just take out like all the vision from Liquid. It's been very effective.
On the hunt here. Taiga digs himself well out of it.
Liquid's just really scared to get out on the map because of this, you know, this Blink Dagger Lion, and then just the relocate potential. Same thing with the Void Spirit. The mobility, they can't match it. Like, they want to be able to like sit behind people and protect them like that, but they can't actually just like split out their resources like that. So they're too susceptible. They can't show in lanes very effectively. Taiga, he'll show himself top for a second. They don't look to set up for him with the relocate just yet. Alliance looking for their own play. And onto the high ground.
Oh, we've got him. Starting with a rock.
Strong bug. He's just gonna heal right through it.
Yeah.
The Io with a mech, with a pipe, with a cheese as well at the back. Nikobaby's more than safe.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
And onto the racks. What's Liquid gonna do about this? Lions. Nikobaby kicks in pretty deep here. miCKe has got the basher, but already with the time that Nikobaby's out of there. BKB popped by qojqva, but Alliance, they're just able to kite this out. And now qojqva's got no BKB. S4 still has the Ravage. Nikobaby's able to easily get his way back out of it. And of course, he's still happy to fight. He has the BKB and the Aegis and a Lincoln Sphere.
S4 is going to be so ready. If he sees the Shadow Fiend at all, it's going to be an instant jump. It is a quick cooldown, though. Remember, he has the 30% CDR. He has the quickening charm. Maybe this catches S4 off guard, because it's back up in 18 seconds already.
That's it's Nikobaby frontlining this, taking down the racks. How Liquid going to start their attacks? It's for GX, the first minute jump. They see an S4 with the fire of the Ravage. It's now onto the four of them. They turn over towards miCKe. They turn over now towards Taiga. As miCKe, he's out for 75. There's no buyback of this first sticker. Boxi trying to run with the BKB. He will manage to keep himself alive under the tier 4 towers. Nikobaby, he's ready to dive in though and chase for these kills. Wrapping around the Ancient, looking towards Boxi. Boxi's not going to get the chance to drop down the hammer as Boxi and miCKe are out. Alliance still have the space and time to take at least one set of racks. Probably more here though, as an 18k lead. And with Liquid just unable to pull together any sort of fight around their cause. Alliance, they have certainly hit back hard here in this game 3.
They have so much gold on everybody. S4 has a full refresher when he gets back to base. This is a pretty devastating hit from Alliance. As we saw qojqva, he has the Requiem from the side of the fight. Can't even get into the midst of it all. Alliance, they've taken over.
Has fallen. Dire's middle barracks are under
Second
attack.
rack's going down. Liquid still without 2 of their cores for this defense.
They pop the
Dire's middle
Lincolns.
barracks
just to put some fear into his heart, but he doesn't really have any fear when those two heroes are down. Taiga trying to wait for an opportunity. The wave will disappear, and the backdoor does kick back in at the very least for this side of Liquid.
This game, no, I mean, how do Liquid turn any of these fights around now? It feels like they're so far behind. Alliance, you know, they're not the kind of squad that's going to give away this sort of advantage. When they're 20k up like this, when as a team, you know, they're playing around Nikobaby perfectly. Nikobaby nearly 10k ahead of any other carry in the game.
Oof.
He's so farmed. I mean, I don't see how this ends any other way than Alliance taking away this victory right now. They are in such a comfortable position.
Yeah, they're you know, 4/5 position line is effectively over net worth of the offlane OD. That's when things have really gotten out of control as Liquid. This could be the last fight for them, making their way out. They do have the one ward right now, maybe giving them some slight information. As S4, another great pickup, a Trickster Cloak, and he actually goes for Arcane Blink instead of Refresher. He's got ult up in 10.
Oh my goodness. They're going to be ready for these ravages. qojqva already have to put the BKB for the damage for Nikobaby. He's just tearing through him. There's a rising time of the Euros for qojqva will fall. He'll buy back. miCKe trying to turn and fight, but he just doesn't do the damage. The Remnant drags back Boxi. Boxi got the BKB, but they've lost miCKe. They've lost Boxi. This buyback from qojqva isn't going to do anything at all as Taiga will fall. They're going to be able to find him as well. Over into the lane. It's a dieback from qojqva. He's out for 2 minutes. Another ultra kill for Nikobaby as this one is absolutely over. Alliance with this third game hitting back incredibly well. This was a fantastic stuff, and the 2 wins we saw from Alliance was brilliant Dota and to a point flawless. This game yet again just got to a point where really after that